Prompt Performance, as always, Coach Kyle right here. Special guest, JMH, behind the camera.
Yo, yo, yo.
You're getting your Coach Graham on, I'm telling you, you stole his intro. Today, as you can see, I have a dowel in my hand. I'm bringing you my top 5 stretches to do with the dowel. Also, I'm going to do with the shoulders, and we're going to go down one with the hips, okay? Now, for all of the shoulder drills, you need to maintain your bum tucked under. So you're squeezing your butt and squeezing your abdominals where your pelvis posteriorly rotates or tucks under. I want you to keep your legs straight when you do that too. Don't be bending your knees and trying to tuck your tailbone. Keep everything nice and straight. Number 1, the dowel dislocate. So we're going to stretch my chest and my shoulders here. I'm going to start nice and wide on the dowel. Again, keeping my bum and abs nice and tight. And I'm moving the dowel overhead and back. And I want to go all the way towards my butt. If you can't get towards your butt, go even wider on the dowel until you are able to go all the way around. Now, it's very common that right in this zone right here, this is the stressful zone, the most stressful zone of this stretch. It's very easy for people to kind of bend their elbows and compensate to get down there. And you don't want to do that. Just like squeezing the bum and the abs, I want you to know exactly where you're moving from. So you're going to keep tension here and even keep tension on your triceps so you know you keep your elbows straight. And that tension is going to help you know that you're only getting the movement from the shoulder joint. So here it is. Now I'll do a few from the side. Again, keeping bum and abs tight. Number 2 is going to be a protraction and retraction. Now, protraction and retraction are the main actions that are happening with the shoulder blades with this drill, but there's also some depression and elevation of the shoulders I want you to feel, and then we're also going to add a little bit of external rotation to it, just by your action on the stick. But nonetheless, I'm going to go sideways for this one. Same thing, keeping bum and abs tight, and you're going to keep the dowel outstretched in front of you, and I want you to think of pushing the dowel away as far as you can. So you can see my shoulder blades are pulling away from my spine and rounding, or what we call protraction of the shoulder blades. As you can see, I haven't moved my hips. It's very common people kind of compensate and will do this to give themselves a thought that they've actually moved the dowel from the area I want them to move from, but this is not the case. You need to make sure, again, keeping everything tight, I'm pushing just the dowel away, pulling my shoulder blades away from my spine. I'm going to add a little bit of elevation so my shoulders go up by my ears. And now I'm going to go the opposite direction and pull my shoulder blades back and down. So in this position, I still have a tight bum and abs, but now I can feel my armpit muscles and the muscles that work to retract my shoulder blades. So here and all back here, you should feel a lot of tension. Pushing it away. Pushing it away. Pulling down and back. And again, when you do this one, it's very easy. People start to arch too much, but that's why you got to make sure you're squeezing your bum and your abs the entire time, no matter where you are, no matter how far protracted or retracted. When you're in this retracted and depressed position, add a little bit of thought of breaking the stick, breaking it in half, and that's going to help promote some external rotation to the shoulders. So as I'm elevating and protracting and internally rotating, I'm going to retract, depress, and I'm adding breaking the stick in half, and even some of my external rotators are getting some tension. Number 3 is going to be a true internal rotation and external rotation of the hand, the wrist, the forearm, the elbow, upper arm, and shoulder. For this drill, you're going to have one hand on the dowel, both hands are under your hand, and my other hand is free out here, keeping my hand open. Do not grip the bar. You're going to make it a lot harder on yourself than you need to. From here, I want you to slide the bar over till your hand gets to your belly button. Once it's here, you're going to rotate inwards, and you're going to continue to rotate inwards until your wrist is flexed. This is flexed, this is extended. So wait till your wrist gets to that position. So I'm here, I'm rotating inwards, my knuckles are pointing down, and my wrist is flexed. And I'm going to slide the dowel back out to the position it came from. And now you can see my shoulder, my upper arm, my elbow, my forearm, my wrist, and my hand are all internally rotated. I'm going to go back the other way, get to my belly button, turn it back over, sliding it back out there. Internally rotating all of those joints and bones, externally rotating them. At this back position, shoulder is also externally rotated. Number 4, behind the back shoulder extensions. Now you're going to get a lot of external rotation, retraction, and depression with this one, as well as some extension to the actual shoulder. And it's going to look like so. I want the dowel to be behind my back. My hands are more or less right underneath my shoulders. And what I want you to do before we do anything, turn the pits of your elbow. So this is what I consider the pit of my elbow. Turn it forward, facing where you're looking. From here, I'll turn sideways. Chest is high, pulling shoulders down and back. The pit of my elbow are facing forward. And I'm going to slowly raise the dowel as high as I can without allowing elevation to my shoulders or any internal rotation or protraction to my shoulders. So I'm here, tension, and I'm extending my shoulders without allowing elevation, internal rotation, or protraction. So no matter how high I get, my shoulder blades, the thought is they're still pinned against my back, flat against my back. And you want to see how high you can get that. You do all those drills and your upper body's going to feel nice and loose and limber and ready for the day, or help you take away some aches and pains from the area by getting some good movement in the shoulder girdle. Number 5, it's called a wah squat. Now, what you're going to do, you're going to take the dowel and place it against your hips. Your hands are going to stay like so, and what I want you to do, you're going to hinge like you're doing a deadlift. At this point, you should be able to go hands free, but it is distinctly a hip hinge. I'm not bending my spine to try to squish it between my leg and my stomach. If I can get an active bend or an active hinge when I'm getting my tailbone back, the dowel is now pinched from my hip flexors and right between my stomach and my thighs. From this position, which is like a deadlift, now I'm going to bend my knees going into a squat. And I can feel the feedback the dowel is giving me to help me stay up. And then I'm going to go back to my deadlift position, stand back up. And it'll look like so. So those are my top 5 drills to do with a dowel. Hit them up and have some fun. Peace!